Hi, my name is Spencer, and today I'll be reacting to Star Trek Discovery Season 4, Episode 7. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I am a little fatigued with this show, just generally. And it's not like, I don't know, I don't actively dislike it necessarily. It's just, the best way for me to put it is that it's not something that I really look forward to each week. I do have a very passive interest in the plot. I'm not the biggest fan of being left with unanswered questions, so so in that sense, I am intrigued by the plot, intrigued by the DMA, but there are times where I have to really push myself to record these reactions. But I've gotten this far, and I'm not ready to give up on it. I just hope that they'll be able to maintain my attention for the last half of the season, because I'm about halfway there. After this episode, it'll be slightly more than halfway there. It's an odd number of episodes, so this is like the teetering middle point. I don't really know what to expect here for this episode. I mean, besides what I've read in the episode description on Paramount, something, well, more concerns about the DMA, and then Zora, concerns about her AI or her sentience. I don't know. I'm, like I said, passively interested in knowing what happens, and I guess I'll see. I guess I'll see what happens. But before I get into this episode, don't forget to like this video if you like it. And if you have anything to say about this episode or the previous episodes, please put it in the comments. Also, if you're not currently subscribed, but you like this kind of content, I would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is kind of a big deal. It's an exciting milestone that I would like to hit at sooner rather than later, but I think it'll happen eventually, no matter what. But any support is is welcome. I would appreciate it if you would consider helping with that with that goal. Anyways, I don't think I have anything else to say before just watching the episode, so I will go ahead and do that. Still being rebuilt.
Give her a little bit of time.
It's already been a week.
I only require a few more moments.
You do?
I'll have the coordinates short.
How long is a moment? What do you consider a moment, Zora?
One of these days I'm gonna win her over. Just you wait.
She's not hissing anymore.
The progress you mean I've earned her utter indifference.
Just think. Aloof disdain is...
I think indifference is probably as good as anyone can hope for with a cat. No, I'm just kidding. I love cats. I know they can be affectionate.
Tell me you have some good news.
Actually, we have a problem.
Okay?
Well, doesn't sound like good news.
I've determined the coordinates of the unknown species responsible for the DMA.
That is great.
However...
What's the problem then?
I've decided to keep that information to myself, Captain.
Yeah.
Given what we know about the powers these beings possess, you'd be in great danger.
Fair. I thought maybe Zora was trying to protect the other people, being like, okay, Book's gonna go off and try to murder them all.
Give us the coordinates. That's an order.
I'm sorry, Captain. I will not.
Well, I can see why Zora's sentience is coming into question in this episode. Is this going to be an episode that's like, I don't know, they've done it in Trek a few times, or at least a couple times, whether Data has rights as an android, or whether the Doctor on Voyager has rights as a hologram. Is it going to be that same sort of situation here with Zora and her rights to exist as a sentient computer? I don't know. I feel like Discovery tries to be so different from other Trek that they won't copy-paste that sort of story like Trek has done in the past.
But I am confident she'll give me the coordinates. I just need some more time with her.
I wasn't aware that we shared a background in cognitive science with it.
She's probably listening to you right now, unless you're not on the Discovery.
Congratulations on your promotion. It's good to see Earth represented.
I don't remember who she is. Probably someone from season 3.
Well, I look forward to Dr. Kovich's solution. Please.
I wonder what kind of solution he's working on. Is it going to be something that's morally ambiguous? Or is it going to be something that's... I don't know. I don't remember. Has Section 31 been mentioned in this century?
But the safety of our shared galaxy is paramount.
Paramount?
We should assemble an armada and mount an attack.
Communication must be established as a baseline.
We need to develop countermeasures.
Ugh. I hate the Discovery Orions. Please stop showing me Discovery Orions.
Captain Burnham's remarks point us toward one logical path, a peaceful approach to first contact, adhering to scientific principles and a prime directive.
Looks like I want revenge.
Group hug. Come on, huddle up.
Is he trying to like whisper something that she can't hear?
Cancel music, Zora.
Can I do?
What?
In case she reacts negatively or possibly even vengefully. But full transparency is critical to this process. Zora.
Poor Stamets is like, he's just like, come on, just.
Could Zora choose her new form?
Certainly.
Give her a body. That'd be cool. I don't think it'll happen, but it'd be cool if they did.
I have created a failsafe. Should I exhibit any threatening behavior, this device will immediately expunge my sentience. I hope this will ease your concerns and persuade Dr. Kovich to let me remain.
Zora.
Well, I feel like that's an extreme solution, but I mean, seems like something a logical computer might come up with. Even if it does have emotion. What if Dr. I don't whatever his name was. What if he just reached over and pressed the button? Be so funny.
Too many lives have been lost already. We cannot be reckless.
Oh, that person was like very Cardassian, or at least very exaggerated Cardassian.
It's based on my experiment on board Discovery. I took what I learned about the device at the center of the DMA.
Huh? Is it like an anti-DMA device? Okay. If it works, then why not just use it? Is there going to be a debate? Like, why would there be debate if it's going to work?
Madam President, the Good Assembly asked for a plan. I can provide one for everyone's benefit.
You may elaborate.
Maybe he wants to take control of it for himself? And it's like more of a... Maybe he wants to get revenge on the emerald chain, or what's left of him, of them.
There's an area of relative calm around the device. We could use Discovery to jump in, release my weapon, then get out. It'll all be over in less than 5 seconds.
Seems simple enough. I'd be cool with that. What's the catch, though? There's always a catch. There's got to be some conflict of interest here. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 6 more episodes after this.
Isolytic weapons were banned in the Khitomer Accord.
Yep, of course.
They could see it as an act of war and retaliate with who knows what kind of firepower. Not to mention
Yeah, I mean, of course they're gonna want to make first contact, try to convince them to disable the device and get rid of it peacefully.
While you hold fast to your ideals, the DMA will continue its work. Billions could die.
That's true. People, planets.
We can't just skip past the failsafe. It's wrong.
Neither of you experienced control. I don't expect you to understand.
Zora's in a form you've never encountered.
I find it kind of odd that Adira and Gray are both here and part of this conversation. Well, Adira is a low-level officer, and Gray is not even an officer at all, so I don't know why he's here.
Anyone on this ship could be a threat if they so choose.
That's true.
And there are disciplinary measures if you step out of line. That's what the failsafe gives us.
Discipline.
It's not really discipline if you're just putting an end to Zora altogether. It's a threat, but not discipline.
Function, please.
To care for the crew of Discovery.
That's not the core programming of a ship's computer. Who gave you those parameters?
I did.
Well, if that's not sentience, I don't know what is.
You have to speak to that. Make the argument for diplomacy.
It was difficult enough bringing all of these worlds together. But I believe you can convince them. If you're ready for that.
I don't want to be that guy, but it seems like another one of those Michael Burnham saves the day situations which is a little frustrating, but that's what it is here. That's what they're setting forward, that's what they're putting down here. And I don't know if I'm picking it up.
I don't know yet.
We're about to vote.
I'm acutely aware of that. Thank you.
Just rig the votes.
It has to be you. You have to talk to them. Convince them to let us destroy that thing.
Of course. Book versus Michael.
Place where we could be free and at peace.
Interesting. Interesting idea.
We got separated. That's where we'd meet. I'm sorry. Anyway, I have to go home.
Seems potentially romantic in nature, that relationship. Or I don't know if romantic is the right word. Seems like there was a deep bond, love of some kind.
We will now reconvene for the vote.
Permission to address the assembly.
Of course.
Well, make your case. Burnham's like, oh man, I don't want to have to go against Brooke.
My family. I feel the final moments every day. I pray none of you ever have to experience that kind of pain. And I want to do whatever it takes.
I would be surprised if the vote goes in the way of destroying the DMA, but I would like it for the story. I think it would do well for moving the plot along, but also like causing some conflict, whether that's between Book and Michael or Species 10C and the Federation, or just the people in this galaxy, generally speaking.
End this now.
Nice. Good. He's got a wingman. He's clapping, getting everyone else to clap.
Would a member of the Assembly speak on behalf of the opposing side?
Michael. Side eyes. It's always got to be Michael. Well, she doesn't want to speak against Book.
It seems there will be no further remarks.
I'll speak.
Her sense of duty is very high.
Zora, what can you tell us about this sector?
It seems to have appeared spontaneously. It is part of...
Spontaneously? Yeah, this does come across to me as like the trial for Data being allowed to have his rights, and the Doctor from Voyager having his rights. So this seems to be a similar story. They're determining what is allowed. I don't know. I'm trying to pay attention but also talk, so it's kind of hard.
Cherry pick images she thinks we want to see?
I believe she would.
It's true. She could.
This is who she is. This is why she kept the coordinates from us.
Thank God she's not showing intimate moments, like really intimate moments. I'd be like, oh, no, turn that off. There may be a limit in the censors that are in personal quarters.
Like an entirely new life form.
Yes. And this is where I belong.
This is the end credit music.
New civilizations, not to destroy, but to connect, even in the face of uncertainty.
It's the name of the episode. But to connect. I still think it would be better for the plot if they destroyed the DMA. But it's probably not where it's going. It seems like this speech is going to be super moving and going to tip the scales in this direction.
And the only way we get through this.
The only way we'll move forward is together. And that means...
I do like this intermingling of the different monologues.
That we can move forward as a united front.
Some differences are too great. Sometimes you just have to accept the consequences of that.
Is he saying they're going to break up if they disagree, which they do?
Thank you, Commander, for reaching toward me.
There you go.
What are those?
The coordinates.
What a dumb question. I feel like logically you could assume that those were the coordinates. I don't blame Gray. I think it's just the writing of the show.
All those in favor of peaceful efforts at first contact, please raise a hand. Those in favor of striking the anomaly, do not.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, I hope it goes for the destroying the DMA. Well, was there any doubt that Burnham was going to raise her hand?
We will share all data with you as we proceed. And I thank you.
I mean, they might go off and do their own thing and try to destroy it anyways. That would also make for an interesting progression of the plot.
Discovery is going to take the lead on this.
She says, oh, I gotta go fix my personal relationship now. Let me through.
That's the agreement we make, to work together and keep each other safe. And you're not part of that.
I would very much like to be.
I was hoping you'd say that. Before you just...
Give her a commission? Cadet Zora?
Do you want to join Starfleet?
I would like that very much.
In that case, may we get rid of that?
It wouldn't be much of a failsafe if I could dismantle it myself, Mr. Saru.
Fair enough. Let me get rid of this. Accidentally presses it.
I would have recommended that you be reassigned to another ship.
As it should be.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. This is Discovery. Everyone stays on Discovery. Unless you're Tilly. Or Giorgio.
Besides, it's not goodbye yet. Discovery can spare me for a few days while I get you settled.
Really?
Shore leave.
President Serena.
Ooh.
Pleased to find you still in attendance. I had hoped for a moment in your company.
Saru. Making a move.
May I ask what you are holding?
Oh, it is a gift.
She doesn't seem to really be holding back her emotions that well. Though she might be more Romulan DNA than Vulcan DNA. And maybe has trained differently than classic Vulcans.
There's 94 seconds before they realize it's gone and figure out I'm the one who took it. Introducing the next generation spore drive.
That's boring. Aurelio needs to come up with a better name. So where's the nav system in this floating bachelor pad of yours?
Interesting. It's not the device to necessarily destroy the DMA. It's their own spore drive. I'm cool with that. I like that. I think that's cool. I'm glad that Discovery doesn't have a monopoly on spore drives anymore.
Bit of a different looking interface, but it works the same as on Discovery. Next part's all you.
Well, get out of there.
I think I need to do first.
Gotta get some closure with Burnham.
Grudge?
Oh, he's leaving Grudge behind because he doesn't want to put Grudge in danger.
Where is Book?
He is located on board his ship, which is currently leaving Shuttle Bay.
Book, no. Please, no.
And then they're gonna jump too. I love it. Hell yeah. Let's go. Nice. Okay, and then it's like a preview for the second half of the season, yada yada. I don't need to see that. I like that ending. Ooh. You know, I think my problem with my motivation levels in watching Discovery is that, I don't know, I'm taking my time with it, but the problem with not taking my time with it is that I will get super overwhelmed with recording and editing and posting, and it'll be too much, and I know I can't do that. And then I'll like get bogged down. So I'm gonna continue with this schedule. I am much more looking forward to the next episode now than I was last week for this episode, if that makes any sense. Just from that ending, I love that. I love that Book, and I don't remember his name, but the guy that they're going off and doing their own thing. Hell yeah, let's do it. Definitely makes the rest of the season more interesting. I was kind of hoping that it would come to the vote that the vote would be in favor of destroying the DMA, but I'm okay with this too. I think, honestly, I think I prefer this. I'm not the biggest fan of Michael Burnham's high and mighty morals, and I know that those are Starfleet morals, and I don't fault Starfleet for that, but it's just, it seems that Burnham can admit, and there are probably examples that I'm forgetting, so take this with a grain of salt. It seems that Michael is just so, has to follow every single Starfleet regulation and moral and all of that to a T, and has to be the prime example, not only for us, the viewers of the show, but for everyone in the Federation, like, or everyone that's not even in the Federation, you know, everyone that was invited to that discussion about what to do next. Not even like the captains of old Star Trek, Legacy, classic Star Trek, were so high and mighty that I can recall. I mean, maybe Picard, but like only for like specific instances. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just being a hater. Sometimes it feels that way. Sometimes I'm just like, dang, I'm such a hater. I don't try to be a hater. It's just they make it so easy. Plus it's a fault of mine that I can be influenced by other opinions online. Like if I see something that doesn't necessarily agree with me, I'll hear it out. I'll see what they're saying, and then, I mean, sometimes they make sense. Sometimes they've got good points. But I'm not the kind of hater that just hates because it's different. I would say generally I do have my grievances with Discovery and with its utilization of Michael Burnham, and me being a hater is not exclusive to Discovery either. Like, I was not the biggest fan of Picard season 1 and 2. I don't know. I'm trying to like this. And I guess I find it funny that I get so much joy out of the end of this episode that something is out of Burnham's control. I mean, I have a feeling that she is going to, I don't know, maybe get through to Book and convince him to take a moral high ground, and she'll be the one to save the day again, which, if that's the case, not really looking forward to it, but it is what it is. But I like that for the moment, she doesn't know what's happening, and she doesn't, well, I mean, I think she probably has an idea, but she doesn't know what to do. She is kind of out of control, or I wouldn't say out of control, that's not the right phrase. She's no longer in control, is probably a better way of saying that. It makes me think of the beginning of the episode with the cat toy and her being like, I like when things are in my control, like the cat toy and not the cat. I'm not too heartbroken about Gray leaving. I kind of suspected that he was going to leave, and we'll probably see him, just like we're probably going to see Tilly. I'm sure there can be some justification for it, but I did mention earlier in the episode with, like, why were Gray and Adira part of the conversation about Zora? I'm sure there can be some justification with that, some explanation, but I'm like, there should be like a high-level officer meeting. But again, I'm being a hater. It worked out, and I liked how it worked out with Zora. I'm glad that she has achieved sentience and is considered a new life form. I like that was the solution, the resolution for this. I liked that they basically inducted her into Starfleet, or they're in the process of doing so. Definitely the same vibes as Data. I've said it a few times, but Data, whether he has his own autonomy and has rights to exist and make decisions for himself, and then the same sort of thing with the Doctor in Voyager. Definitely got those vibes from this episode. Same story, although, I mean, always slightly different, because first it was an android, then it was a hologram. This time it is a computer that gained sentience and became its own life form. So yeah. Thankfully we did not get a shoehorned bridge crew moment in this episode. I'm getting a bit fatigued with that. Really tired of those. But yeah, heck of a mid-season finale. I don't know. I was thinking about this a week or two ago, and I was like, how the hell does Discovery get more than 10 episodes a season? Because Strange New Worlds only gets 10. Lower Decks has very short episodes, and they only get 10. It's frustrating, because it's not a show that I really am invested in. And it'd be nice if the shows that I was invested in had more episodes, better, more plot, more room to tell stories, and especially because we're getting such short runs of shows. Discovery's ending at season 5. Lower Decks is ending at season 5. Prodigy's probably not going to get a season 3, but I mean, I'm still hoping. Picard only got 3 seasons, which was fine, because I mean, they ended it on a high note, and I wouldn't want them to risk going back to the atrocities of season 1 and season 2. I'm being too harsh when I say atrocities. I mean, I didn't mean it to be that harsh when I said atrocities. It was just the best word that came to mind. Strange New Worlds is only on season 4, or it's only up to season 4 in terms of how much it's been renewed. So even if they do get to season 5, they're going to have less episodes than Discovery, because Discovery got more episodes for whatever dumb reason. I don't know. It's frustrating to me that... It's not frustrating to me necessarily that... I mean, it is frustrating in a sense. In the sense that since Discovery has more episodes, it'll take me longer to finish Discovery. And I'm kind of... I don't know. I'm looking forward to it being over. In a way. Not that I'm not enjoying some moments, because obviously I enjoyed the end of this episode. I'm enjoying the drama between Book and Burnham. Not even like relationship drama, just the fact that Book is going against Michael's wishes is beautiful. But it's frustrating that Discovery gets more episodes than shows that... I mean, I don't know the demographics. I don't know if people enjoy Lower Decks more or Strange New Worlds more. I know what I like more, but I'm just one person. And there are probably people who balance out the viewership numbers for Discovery to balance out the people who don't watch it and watch the other ones. But still, yeah. I mean, I've brought up the whole number of episodes thing with Lower Decks in comparison to Prodigy. It is what it is. And it's frustrating. That's what it is for me. Because if this was the same length as a Lower Decks season or a Strange New World season, we'd only have 3 episodes left, which would be fine with me, as long as they paced everything okay. Anyways, I don't know if I have anything else to say about this episode. Yeah, I think those are my thoughts for this particular episode. Let me know what you guys thought. You probably had better opinions than I did, but for once, I am legitimately excited to see what happens next with the whole Book situation. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support, even if we may disagree on our opinions of Discovery. I hope that I'm at least letting you rewatch this with different eyes, if maybe not the same eyes that you originally watched it in. That's one thing I like about watching reactions, is that I can sort of relive the experience, relive those emotional highs and frustrating lows. Yeah, I am legitimately excited to see what happens next. And hopefully I will see you guys then.